Hey, you see it? What's rocking with the garden? I know a lot of y'all probably looking like, hey man, what's going on, man? A lot of things has changed. Why am I speaking? Why not Willem? Check this out. It's December, right? Episode number 9. We had to switch it up a little bit, right? Because a lot of y'all heard a lot of our guests and everybody, but guess what? Who really heard about Willem, right? So today's gonna be a lot different. I'm your host. Y'all probably wondering, like, who is this? My name is Willis Tomafau. I'm his business partner. We're the ones, like, really knitted in this and really making this come to pass for y'all and making things happen. You know what I'm saying? And so,
All
you
right.
know what we stand on, right? Our vision, we stand on that tough. And the vision is love is everything.
Everything.
And understanding is a
It's
must.
a must.
And transparency
It's needed.
for those.
That need love.
You know what I'm saying? So welcome, Willem. You see it, hey, bro. Hey, you see it, bro.
What's up,
I know it may be kind of awkward, different, but hey, it's new to all of us. But guess what? In order to grow, you got to do things uncomfortable. You know, uncomfortable for certain things that you don't know about. Whatever, you got to grow through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So today, guess who's the guest speaker? Willem. Ain't that crazy?
The guest speaker, y'all.
The guest speaker today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, the garden is where we grow. Love is everything. You know what I mean? And so, well, all I want you to do right now, bro, is relax,
Chilling.
chill.
I'm chilling, dog.
Because guess what? I believe, bro, like the people,
Yeah.
they need to know about you.
Okay.
Like in depth, certain things, because I believe like within everything that we accomplished within this year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was every episode was a milestone. Every episode was different.
Yeah.
Every energy was different.
Yeah.
And we, as a unit, we tried to turn around and cordialate all these people so that we could reach the many
Yeah.
different people in different aspects of different life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, this is cool. We chilling, man. Just relax. And all I want you to do right now, just introduce yourself. I know it might seem awkward, bro.
It's good. No.
But introduce
good.
yourself.
Give me
Where you
solid.
from? I want to know, like, what I really want to know is like, who is Willem? And this is just like something I just want to, like, just get out to the people. Like, start like, who is Willem? What does Willem stand for?
Yeah.
And everything that you're trying to project within this future that you have, like this goal. Because I know we talked a lot.
Yeah.
You have a lot of visions.
Yeah.
You have a lot of ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
But just don't give too much, bro. Like,
No.
you know
I
what
got
I mean?
you, bro. I got you. So, my name is Willem Leeks. I was born in 1993.
Okay.
You feel me?
Hey.
Just to give you guys a little quick background about who I am, where I'm from, and things of that nature. I like to say I'm from Antioch because that's where I was really raised at. You feel me? But my family, my grandmother, she raised a lot of us at Westgate Park, which is on East Leland Road in Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh, California.
right by the manor, Woods Manor, you know what I'm saying? So I was there till about 10 years old. And then we moved to the yacht on 2200 Sycamore.
Good.
Back in the day, it was Meadow Woods Apartments. Something about me is, or just who Willem is. Man, I'm just honestly, bro. And if I could be frank and try to simplify it, if I can, I'm like Baskin Robbins, bro.
Break that down.
I'm
30,
like
30, what is it, 31 flavors?
Yeah, so like I adapt,
That's
right?
dope.
I adapt. But me personally, like I'm talking about who Willem is, right? So like me personally, I adapt to anything, right? But me spiritually is that's a different tech. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a different car. You know what I'm talking about? Like that's not a
different drive.
Yeah, bro. Like, I was accustomed to a V6, now I'm in a V8.
Hey, facts,
you know what I'm talking about? So like, for me personally, like I adapt. So my grandmother had a house in the P. We came to Antioch. And Antioch is where I found my identity while being foolish. Because when my grandma lost her apartment, you know what I'm saying? Like I live, and that's why I always give flowers to my aunties and my sisters. You feel me? Because it took a village to raise me. You feel me?
Right.
It took a village to raise me. Like I was never just in one household. You know, I bounced around, bro. Like 4 households, but they're all aunties though. You know what I'm saying? And I look at all those aunties as mother figures in my life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I've never had a suitable soil to be planted in to grow. So when my grandma left the house got sold, whatever happened, you feel me? Came out to Antioch. I live with my auntie. I live with my big sister. I live with my other auntie. You know what I'm talking about? I was everywhere, bro.
Just moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I still didn't know who I was. You know what I'm talking about? Like I was just a young man trying to figure it all out. Only thing I knew was I was tall and I was handsome. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I was innocent. Bro. You know, I was, bro. Even in the P, when we was living in the P, I was innocent. When we moved to Antioch, I was still innocent. But at the age of like 12, that's when 11 to 12, maybe 10ish, because you know you got your big cousins and shit around you that be, you know what I'm talking about? That be on shit that's really with it, you know?
Yeah.
And let me just tell y'all something right quick, because I jumped ahead.
Break it down simply.
I have a twin sister. I have 4 siblings. I have an older sister and an older brother, but I have a twin sibling. And so all 4 of us, we lost our mom at a young age. So me and my sister lost our mom at the age of 5. I believe my older sister was like 12 or 13, maybe 15, something like that. I believe my older brother was like 13 or 12, you know? And my older brother and my older sister, we have different dads. The only person that has the same mom and the same dad is my twin sister.
Okay.
You feel me? And grandma took us in. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's certain things I'm not gonna get into on this pod because it's not about that. I just want to break it down.
Correct.
And so we lost our mom when I was 5, and me and my twin sister we separated. It was a separation, but it wasn't on our behalf. We kids.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Doing what was
I live with my granny. She live with my auntie. You feel me? And so it was one upon a time I lived with my sister, but I was for like 2 years, a year, you know? And I went back to my granny and she lived with her sister, you know? Yeah. So like we never grew up in the same household, me and my twin sister. We never it was never a steady growth between us. You feel me?
Right.
Like we knew we was twins, but we in different houses, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that shit, excuse my language, y'all.
What, fuck you.
You know, when you were a teen or a preteen and shit like that, you know what I'm talking about? But like she was always there for me, you know what I'm talking about? Like I always depend on my sister Monet. Because she's the oldest twin.
Yeah. Y'all, did you feel that though? Like even though you guys weren't connected like that? Or you felt like that? Because I always hear like a siblings or that twins. Like there's a connection.
She always had my back, bro. Like, because my sister was harder than me growing up in like elementary and middle school. You know? If I had a problem with a female nigga, she'd check
right there.
Oh, she on it. You know, then they get scared. You know what I'm talking about? I was just trying to be like the real innocent kid because I believe now that I'm 32 years old is that like I always was gifted by God of a gift of love, right?
Okay.
And so I may distribute a love to a female, like I'm gonna give you the $5 out of $10 my grandma gave me. Nowadays, niggas call it tricking.
Yeah, facts. Yes, sir.
But like being like in elementary and middle school, I was just trying to please a woman.
Pure. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it wasn't like I got cousins that's not from the streets and nothing like that. I just knew there was something different in me. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like I said, like my twin, bro, she yeah, we never lived in a stable home together more than 3 years.
Okay.
You know, and it was always a visit. Oh, okay. We go to the same school, pick you up. Okay, we gotta separate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go to granny crib. You gonna be with auntie and all that shit, right? So, I think that it was just as hard it was for me. It was hard for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But I'm pretty sure you got more questions for me to get into that later. But yeah. So if Willem, I'm really from Antioch.
Okay, yeah.
But niggas know me, like, people know me from, I gotta stop cussing on my own pod. What's going on, yo?
You can cuss all you want, because the thing is, transparency is everything for those that need love.
Yeah, facts.
Love is different for certain individuals.
No, facts.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. So, like, if people want to know Willem, just know this, bro. I'm a 925 kid. That grew up in a broken village, that by God's grace, I'm not dead or in jail. And I love wholeheartedly. And I don't judge, because if I judge, I'm judging myself.
Facts. Mirror.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the mirror is everything, you know? And so there's principles that I follow to keep me balanced, because if there wasn't for no principles that I decide to choose to live by, then yeah, I'll probably be out the way right now.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already
know. But that's facts, bro. I hope I answered your question.
No, that's dope, because that's all I want to do. Like, like where you came up from, grew up, like, you know what I mean? Like a quick, like, synopsis, if that's the right word. If it's wrong, bro, like, come on, correct my vocabulary. All I'm just
in the chat. Give me the chat, yo.
Bro, but at the end of the day, it's like, I just want to see who Willem is, and I want the people to know,
Yeah, for sure.
And so, before getting to it, like, how you're walking into this space mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So the thing is, what I want you to, like, kind of like break down, because I want more of like let's see, like your younger growing up, as much as you could remember.
Oh,
like your childhood. So the thing is, like, the question that I got for you is like who were you as a kid before you started before life started shaping you? Like, who were you as a kid? Because you think of it like us as kids, we're very pure, innocent, but then certain
got you, bro.
things come on. So like,
do you want me to talk about? Do you want me to? Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you want me to do an actual transition to what cultivated me to know what I know and be the man that I am now, or you want me to just strictly focus on like the pureness of who I was as a kid?
Yeah, right now, just a kid.
Okay, cool.
We'll get to that later.
So as a kid, man, I always was loving, and I always was looking for acceptance.
Okay.
To remind you, that's part of not having my mom with me. Right? Because I never, even though I was raised by my aunties, my older sister, and my granny, they're not my mom.
Right.
So I always lacked the absence of a mother's love.
Did that affect you?
Yeah, of course. I'm about to break it down to you.
Keep going.
I remember in Pittsburgh, I was going to Highlands. I forgot her name, but I was hella young, and I wrote her a letter and shit, right? Like, you look good and shit like that, right? And at this time, bro, like, if your family got money in elementary schools back in the day, bro, they gonna send them kids to school peasy.
Yeah, they good.
I'm going to school with Shaq's on, nigga.
Bro.
I'm trying to get you know what I'm talking about?
Hey, I feel you,
wrote
bro.
The girl a letter, bro. She started laughing at me, showed everybody in class, Niggas think I was a dusty nigga because I had Shaq's on. Whatever. My shit still was clean, though. My fit was clean, nigga.
Fly, yeah.
Just nigga had Shaq's on. You know how that shit be.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that was hard, bro. That was that was hard for me to realize at a young age, and that's when I still was living in Pittsburgh. When I moved to Antioch as a young child, when we moved to the hood in Sycamore, I I grew like more tougher skin. I still was like, I don't want to say like soft because I was never soft or like a
Reserved.
yeah, bro.
More reserved.
I just was like, bro, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So when I moved to Antioch, when we moved to 2200 Sycamore Drive, Meadow Woods Apartments back then, Riverstone now. That was my foundation to build as a young man to be like, I'm still gonna be me, but nobody's running over me. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm gonna stand my ground, right? And so moved to the hood in Antioch. Seeing my first dead body at 13 years old. A lady killed on Sycamore.
You said your first dead body at 13?
I seen it. Yeah. Maybe a little younger because I was in middle school, so it could have been like 12, 11. And so that there, it showed me like, oh shit, I'm not living in a suburb community, like what they may call it. Yeah, bro, like just the hood. You feel me? So that's when I first got the realization of like, oh shit, like because Westgate Park is considered, people like the young generation now may consider it the Miz of Pittsburgh or whatever, but like when I was growing up, nigga, I felt like I was living in the suburbs in Westgate Park because his houses, got the pool, they got the community pool. Granny got the house on the corner. We chilling.
Yeah,
there was no violence, nigga. We chilling.
We good.
You feel me? We go straight from there to the hood automatically. Like, you know what I'm talking about? But Antioch didn't get crazy until like, and from my understanding, what I've been in Antioch, like from 07, maybe 07, 08 to now. You know?
Okay.
So like I was in middle school and shit like that, elementary school, like L Street, Sycamore, always been like Manny. L Street, coming from L Street, from the first start of Sycamore, when you coming from L Street, that's like Lemon Tree and Pepper Tree and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's always been popping, right? But I'm further down from Sycamore. 2200 Drive, bro. Like when we used to have Sizzlers. When I first moved to Antioch, it was where the Lowe's is right now.
That was
Sizzlers? Sycamore, it was a Sizzlers.
No cap, for real?
Facts. That gas station wasn't there. That Lowe's wasn't there. That was a Sizzlers, bro. No cap, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But at the end of the day, like, moved to Antioch, got a little more tougher skin. Still is pure-hearted, though. But had to go through trials and tribulations, like I think at 13, 12 years old, 13, that's when I first started going through my identity crisis. Of like, who am I?
Finding out who
yeah, because my grandma raised me. And then, I'm gonna share some stories later with y'all, but my grandma raised me, you know, and my grandma did a great job on me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, she did a great job, bro. Like I didn't like anything when it came to my grandma. Like, I didn't have the newest Jordans or the newest Nikes or the newest name brand things, bro. But my grandma installed in me principles and the love that she gave me. Even though my grandma cussed me out, but in a loving way, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It was weird what she was coming off of.
But bro, it was, and as I look back, it sucks, right? When you get older and you look back on what your family taught you or your guardian taught you, you be like, damn, bro, this woman is the reason why I am the man I am today, you know?
Yeah.
And roses, y'all gotta excuse me, right? But yeah, I'm just the bro from Antioch that got ties to Pittsburgh. That learned who he was in the city of Antioch, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, you mentioned like, and to me, just like we had conversations. I know you were certain things of like I really don't know Willem fully, but I know of a certain aspect of Willem. So the thing is, everybody has someone who molded them, right? And just molded them. So check this out. just because we're on this conversation, right? And I heard certain things you express, certain things. So my question is like, who had the biggest influence on your childhood, and like
as a child,
as
or
a
as
child,
a preteen, as a teenager,
bro, like
as a child? I don't know.
I think of it like this, because childhood could be like different terms, because there's adults that are still children.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you
So
asking
my
me
thing
then?
is like, my question is like, who had the biggest influence on your childhood, and who, and how does their voice still like echo throughout to this day? Like who? There's somebody that played like an influential part in your life. Somebody that showed you direction, somebody that showed you certain things. But who is that person? And the thing is, we have in life, every stage has a teacher.
Yeah.
Every stage has a teacher. But guess what? Through every stage, you may hear that same echoing through that first teacher. So who's that teacher in your life that kind of like molded you, that's been there for you down everything?
Okay, that's a great question. I think my older sister, Aisha Patterson.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I have to really think about that. But I think my older sister was my first actual teacher. Because for me, right, a teacher always leads by example.
Right.
And that's quote unquote, it's not a coincidence that teacher and leader rhyme.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's not a coincidence.
Teacher and leader, it don't rhyme, but
it rhymes.
But it goes together.
Leader and teacher, that don't rhyme?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm digging leader, now. Well, with teacher. The beavers.
Hey,
I'm trying to be a leader, but I got a teacher. That was
transparency's crazy, nigga.
That was a freestyle.
Hey, no cap.
I don't even know what I said, but it sounded good. But no, my older sister, Aisha Patterson, was my first actual teacher in life, bro, because as a child, bro, like my older sister was wild,
Yeah.
And she gave her life to God, and it was a change. She got, back then it was just my nephew JJ and my niece Jayla. Now she got my niece Mariah with her. But
okay.
When Jayla and JJ was first born, and my sister changed her life around when there was like 8 or 9.
Yeah. Or
maybe 10 and 8 or 9 and 7. I don't know. But she changed her life, and it impacted my life. Because she literally changed. I remember I was in 6th grade, bro. And my sister had gave her life to God. And we was riding around in Pittsburgh in the plaza where Mr. Bling used to be.
Mr. Bling?
And the P. They know what I'm talking about. And we was going to that clothing store to go Christmas shopping for the following school year, which was going to be my 8th grade year. So I was in 7th grade, or going to the 8th grade, how should I say. And I had a bad headache. My head was throbbing, bro, right? Yeah. My sister put her hand on my head, and she prayed for me. When she said amen, that headache was gone. Look, it was
gone.
So from there on, I'm like, oh snap, like she really changed, and whatever she believed in is true, And then that started a whole another circulation of my life, and then where I'm at now, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So like so how many siblings you got? Because you're a twin, right?
3. I have 3.
And then you have your oldest sibling, right?
That's 3. So I have 3 altogether.
3 altogether?
Yeah.
That's dope. So she transformed in the first teacher, and it's like within your life. That's dope.
Yeah.
Because we only could grasp onto like a certain individuals or certain things that's within our reach. You know what I mean? She
was for short enough. Yeah, she was the first teacher, and the first teacher that impacted my life. But for me, bro. First teacher. Because I had a lot of role models too, bro. Like I had a teacher when I was in elementary school named Mr. Green. Mr. Green, he seen me. He seen that my grandma was raising me. He seen that I was from the hood.
Yeah.
You feel me? He used to coach at Concord High. Dead ass, bro. He used to pick me up, bro. He took me shopping at Burlington. He took me to one of his games and shit. I started shooting threes with the high school team. I'm in elementary school. But I didn't know what was going on, bro, because a nigga never had no pops. Like, I know who my dad is. Don't get me wrong. I love my dad. I love you, Pops. Dead ass. I love you, Pop. But like I was never raised by no man. I was always raised by women, right? And then like the men that seen the potential in me, knowing that I was raised by my granny, they tried their best to take that initiative to help me be a greater man, for my family. And each time I failed them, every time I failed. In my adolescent years, I failed them every time because I got too engulfed to whatever I was engulfed in. I couldn't, bro. When I was young,
that makes sense.
When I was young, I always thought that like, bro, I can't be this, I can't be that. But niggas is telling you like, bro, you can do this.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, bro, I come from like, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because like that kind of same thought will prompt up into my mind every now and then, But then I go back and I look at like, nah, bro, you always been this. You always been
the life comes.
The light. This is in general, bro. Right? But it's like I have to fully accept that within me, bro. You feel me? So like with that, my older sister has been the first teacher. But I had plenty of role models. But I had a role model when I was in the streets that told me, nigga, get out the street because it's not for you. You need to be on the court hooping.
Yeah.
I swear, a real killer told me that. You feel me? And so now I look back, bro, and I'm able to embrace everything.
Right. So we talked about your childhood growing up, like Antioch, Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
And then like kind of molded you in certain things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like your middle school, high school years, because everything is a development, right?
Yeah.
And so when we grow throughout these we have different teachers, different things change, right?
Yeah.
And it's not to say like, oh, my older sister wasn't that person, because that sticks to you, and because what she taught you makes you even greater. But guess what? There's other teachers along your steps. So, and like, where'd you go to middle school, high school? Like, let's expound upon that, like within Willem, from middle school to high school, because don't touch upon after that or adulthood. But I just want to like within that, your mindset, where you from, and other people who like paid like a great like homage to like your growth.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like I'm an Eagles baby and I'm a Panthers baby. I'm an Antioch middle school baby, and I'm a Panther school baby. You know what I'm talking about? And that's in Antioch. And they literally right across the street from each other. So Antioch baby, 6th grade was the best year of my life, because in my 6th grade year is when I first got my name brand shoes.
Deadass?
Got some clean ass Reeboks. They was like gray suede and have not beige, they had burgundy on them. Clean. And this back in the day, 6th grade, when niggas used to wear their headbands like Nelly. So I went to school. My first year of 6th grade, went to school with a white headband like Nelly, had a gray tall tee with some jeans and a clean ass Reebok shoes that had the gray, the white, and the burgundy in them. You know what I'm talking about? Peasy, right? But that was my first time, bro. I had name brand shoes. It was in 6th grade. You know, I'm like, bro.
How it made you feel?
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And as a kid that come from where they come from, like niggas don't got no mom, no daddy that's giving them bread. Nigga, my grandma helping me, nigga. Like, you feel what I'm talking about? Like for real, bro. And that's why, like, all right, I ain't gonna get into that right now, but like, that's why I understand a lot of these youth nowadays, bro. Because I came from that. I didn't have my mom, my dad, bro. I was really raised by my granny and my aunties and my sister, bro. Like, and that's a quote. And then they got their own shit they got to worry about.
Right,
But they still making me a priority. You know what I'm talking about? Or making me feel like I'm one with them. Yeah. So middle school was awesome for me, bro. I think I was tried the most in middle school, like with everything, like rejection, bullying. But I made a lot of brothers in middle school, like, and that was off of my gift and hoop.
Okay.
Ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
how tall are you again?
I'm 6'7", but in 8th grade I was
6'7" ass nigga, bro.
But
like,
in 8th
what?
grade,
you said it like it's nothing.
Yeah,
like, bro,
But in middle school, I wasn't. So middle school, 6th grade year, I was probably like 6 foot. Right.
Okay. Oh, growth.
7th grade was like 6'2". 8th grade, I was like 6'4", 6'5". High school, that's when I was still 6'5" in freshman. But like my sophomore year, I shot up to 6'7", and that was just
crazy.
my height. But I have an older brother named Tremaine Davis.
Okay.
I have an older brother named Tremaine Davis that is like 6'8", 6'9". You know what I'm talking about? And he was a big inspiration in my life as well. I don't want to leave you out, bro. But he went to San Diego State. He went to Pittsburgh High School, a known name in the P.
Okay.
That's my big brother, blood big brother, and he found his way out. You know what I'm talking about? And me and his stories is different, but it's the same. Because we both lost our mama. We both was raised by our grandparents.
Related, yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? But my brother, he got his master's degree. Like, he's dope. He was on a Super Bowl thing and everything. You know what I'm talking about? Like, for real. Like, yeah. He's really making an impact in this community, you know? But, so middle school was lit. 8th grade year was my breakout year. Like, I felt like I got the 8th grade year. I felt like, oh, damn, Willem, you really that guy. You know?
Yeah.
Because I had people, like, my 8th grade basketball year, like, everybody talking to me, right? But I don't know what they're talking about, because my grandma, because I had sickle cell when I was young. So my grandma was always trying to suppress me playing sports.
Damn.
She like, I don't want you to die on the court or drop dead. You know what I'm talking about? So she always tried to suppress me. So I always had to fight against that. Like, to be honest with you guys, like, every year I played basketball in high school, my grandma did not sign one paper. I always forged her signature. Yeah. Damn. No, this ain't Lawrence Dollar High signing this. This is Willem Leeks signing this. But I'm signing like my grandma. I'm not lying, bro. It's the true story. Yeah. Right? You gotta get it like that. But middle school was awesome for me, bro. 8th grade year is where I broke out to like, okay, people really love me for who? They love me for Willem. Yeah. Like, I had great friends. RP to my nigga Cartier Eli, bro. That was really one of my best friends from the town, bro. He was really a good brother to me, bro. Like, he was a hood nigga, but he was raw and hoop, you know? Yeah. But he always showed me love, and he always gave me inspiration. You know what I'm talking about? We lost him like 8 years ago, but middle school was awesome. High school was awesome for me too, because high school is a whole nother trajectory, because it's like you going to college as a high school student. Yeah. And I'm a freshman. I'm playing hoop with these niggas that's 18. You know what I'm talking about? 17. I'm 13, 14. Serving these niggas. You know what I'm talking about? But I didn't know what it was. I'm thinking we hooping. Niggas looking at you like you the next star. I'm like, these niggas like, no, I'm not, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But it was this crazy. High school was a crazy experience for me, bro. And that's why I dropped out and I'm going to a continuation, because I couldn't take it. Okay. It was too much. It was too much popularity. It was too much like access to the future. Like, I couldn't take it all, bro. Niggas trying to move me up to varsity as a freshman. I couldn't take it because I never knew how to take that load. Yeah.
You only knew what you knew.
Yeah. I didn't know how to take that load to after high school, bro. Yeah. Because I grew up with my granny. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I didn't like my grandma did the best she could. Yeah. But once I hit high school, my grandma couldn't do nothing else for me. Yeah. It was a wrap, bro. Sneaking bitches to my window. Yeah. Oh my God. We keeping that in. Transparency. You're right. Yeah. Sneaking girls into the window in the hood, wilding out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, joining gangs and just losing myself in high school. High school is where I really lost my, like, freshman year I was good. Sophomore year I was good. That junior year is when everything went.
Woo, yeah.
You feel me? So, yeah.
That's dope. So, like, one thing is for sure is like, and two things for certain, like, just with the expression of like yourself, it brings me like to another person that just because I hear you talking, it's like, I want you to explain, like, within yourself, like, what role, what love, whatever it is, regret, whatever it may be that you have, or the relationship towards your grandma. Damn. Because that's huge, bro. Like, I hear you talking and everything. Like, explain her. What's her name? What did she do for you? And then, like, all the aspects within yourself. Like, how did she mold you into be Willem today? And check this out. There's a lot of things that are like our grandparents or whatever, or people who like played a big part on our life that affects us today, that still lingers on for the rest of our life. Like, what impact that she did within your life, and then still that you're still within yourself. Because I'll tell you this, there's a lot within my grandma that I feel like I'm not even there yet. Like, I don't feel like I like even reached the surface of an appreciation like for her. But that could be like a inner down syndrome. Like, no disrespect, but an inner thing that we put on ourselves that ain't even what it is. Like grandma or auntie, uncle, like they out there in heaven and they enjoying and they love it. But like, who, like, explain grandma, bro, and how she was an impact in your life.
I just feel like my granny, bro. Like, you know, my mom was the first kid she lost. You know, so I feel like my grandma felt like she was obligated to me and my sister, and she took me in like I was her own. And I remember when that Pittsburgh clinic was open, right across even Pittsburgh High, the same places that they got houses at, that was a Pittsburgh clinic. And I remember her like, I remember us getting on a bus to go there for my appointments as a young kid. Um, I remember like my grandma, like now that I'm older, like when she lost her house, she knew that she couldn't like take care of me the way she wanted to. So like, that's when I started bouncing around.
Okay.
But my grandma installed into me principles and morals. My grandma taught me to always say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir.
Man.
My grandma taught me to like, if you got $5 in your pocket, you better buy you something, buy your boy something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? My grandma always taught me that like, never eat in front of people if you don't got enough to give them. Like my grandma installed into me morals and principles that to this day I carry with me, but in an overriding sense, it was all just like biblical principles that she was installing into me.
Okay.
Now that I'm older, I understand.
Facts.
And even as I got older, bro, like I think one of my biggest regrets is like when my granny is like leaving what she taught me to go explore the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like granny, yeah, it's good, but let me go explore what I want to do on my own, right? And knowing that like what she wanted to install in me was what she installed in me was the benefit for my life and for me to impact a generation.
Yeah.
But as a kid, you don't know that. And even when you grow into an adult, you don't know that. Because anybody that grew up with their guardian is always going to look at their guardian as a superhero. Like you're never going to leave me. Even if a motherfucker 80, 90 years old, oh, you here forever, right?
Facts.
So for me, bro, like I think my biggest regret was not taking the quality time with my grandma being here on Earth serious. Yeah, because I could have spent more way time with her, bro. Way more time, you know? And that's what hurts me the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my biggest regret is not spending as much time as I could.
And I think that's like kind of like the hardest thing for like to me, I believe every person on this earth is an individual, right? And then we gain characteristics or certain passions, certain things from what people teach us. And then we feel obligated to these certain things. And we feel like we have to live up to these things. But at the end of the day, I believe like everybody is on their own journey. And I believe like like whoever it is that was dear to us, I believe they did all that they could within their generation with what they knew to push off. And so
I agree.
And at the same time, it's like when we're kids, because I know like I like mom, like the love of my life was my mom. That's all I knew. And I had my great grandma, my grandma with. But the thing is, like the principles of certain things that they teach us, whatever it is, like, you know, I just believe like it's all they only teach us with what they know, but I will always respect them with where they're at and their stance. And I'll follow God. If this is what it is, you tell me and it works, I'm gonna do it. If they tell me this, I'm gonna do it and work it. You know what I mean? But I think like within our time, we feel like within ourselves, like we're not worthy of like their appreciation. Like we go through a lot of things in life.
Let me say this. Not to interrupt you, bro. Every Mother's Day, I used to go to 7-Eleven and get my grandma. If y'all know what I'm talking about, 7-Eleven be having those big birthday cards.
Yeah, bro.
Mother's Day cards. They huge.
Yeah. They come. I know what you're talking about.
I used to start doing that when we was in the hood in Sycamore, and her reaction used to be like, "Oh my God!" Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Blown away.
I never forget when I wrote my first book, and yeah, I don't want to get emotional, but I wrote my first book, and I showed her the copy, bro, and like
that's huge.
Like
huge.
if you never experienced a mother affection, and let me tell you this. It's a lot of people that don't even know who their mother is, their whole family is, bro.
Come on.
You know what I'm talking about?
Talk.
So I don't want to I don't want to downgrade anything or upgrade anything, right? I just want to just
experience
to speak, right? When I showed my grandma the first book that I wrote and published, when I gave it to her hands, bro, she was proud, bro. But you know how old people are. They gon' let you know they proud, bro. But they ain't gonna really tell you like, oh,
this.
My grandma used to be like, man. You know what I'm talking about? She was like, man, oh, you gotta put. But every day I used to hear her talking to people like, man, this wrote a book,
bro.
You know what I'm talking about? And, bro, but as a I was so like on the move to where I didn't receive that as her like being proud of me.
Mm-hmm.
I only
caught up with her own stuff, you know what I mean?
It's not even caught up with her own stuff. It's just like you said earlier, like how they were raised, bro. Like they show love in different factors to where we want as a younger generation, many generations younger, how we want to perceive the love. They showing love by letting people know, like, yeah, my grandson or my son, whatever, wrote a book. My grandson wrote a book. You hear me? And yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like my grandma, like, and that's one thing that I can say, bro. Like, I know when my grandma left, bro, she was proud of me and happy, bro. But me being in my selfish moment, I just wasn't ready for her to leave, you know? Because it's like, yeah. All right, bro. I ain't want to.
That's hard though. I
don't even want to keep saying it. Like, yeah.
The only reason I brought that up is like that's why I said like because I heard you talking about grandma and everything and saying certain things, and I just had to bring that up. Like, okay, what was her place in your life? Where was this? And you already played. She
was my hero, bro.
You already played it out, bro.
Yeah, she was my hero, bro. Like before my grandma died. Let me just say this before you actually do this question. It was me and my cousin Apollo in the living room, and we chilling. And my grandma was like, Arthur, Rosalind, Tanya, and them all the 3 kids that passed away. She was talking to them before she died, bro. And then she got whatever, you know. But
that's real.
But like, you know, it's just certain things that like I think that I got a cousin that father died in his hands.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say his name, but like, so like, I just think that, bro, like, when it comes to our guardians' impact on our lives, bro, it could really like shape us or break us, you know.
Yeah.
And my grandma's death broke me for 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe still is. You know what I'm talking about? Like maybe it still is, and so I know, my bad, bro, but you know how I am, bro.
No,
I'm trying to be on track.
We're transparent. That's what, like, I mean, you're like, let me say this because we're leading into that because the next question was like, what was what broke you to be at your lowest?
That's good.
that literally escalate you
back up
towards getting to your highest. Like,
that's good.
You know what I mean? Like, what was that?
Great. All right, let me tell you a quick story. So my grandma got sick. She was in the hospital, and they called me. They was like, "Oh," my auntie called me. She was like, "Oh, grandma is dying. She's over here in Brentwood. She's going to be with God." I started crying on the phone. I'll call the facility. Like, my grandma want to come see her before she go with the whoop. She's like, yeah, grandma's transitioning. That's they use them words. Transitioning.
Certain word.
Bro, I'm crying on the phone.
That's
I'm like, okay, I want to come at 12 with you, right? It's like 11:30. I get in my car, I'm about to go. They call me like at 12:40. Like, sorry, Mr. Leeks, your grandma has transitioned. It was a wrap.
Yeah.
But remind you, I'm being faithful going to church and all that. And I remember when they told me that God gave me an option. I promise you, because we was on a fast, because this is going to the new year. My grandma died in the beginning of January. God was like, you can either be on this fast and let me help you out, or you can just do it your way. You know what I did? Guess what I did?
It's your way.
I did it my way, bro. I went to go buy a fifth of Crown. I don't even drink that, bro. But I was just so, and this guy drunk, and then me getting drunk after my grandma died. Me being drunk led me to taking hella ecstasy pills and me drinking pints and fists every day, right?
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, to the point where like my legs started swelling up. Like, I was down bad, right? Yeah. But what really uprooted me was the love I had around me, bro. Like, my wife, my sister, they're really the only two people. If I can really be honest, like, I think that because I was going to commit suicide one day in downtown Antioch, and I was going to do it on the train tracks, right? And when I got out the car to do it, like, hella people just started coming across. Like, it was many. It was like I was at a movie theater, and hella people just started coming across my mind. And I didn't do it, but I still have to face what I have to face. So since I didn't do it, it's like, okay, nigga, climb back up. You got to figure it out. But the good thing is, like, I wasn't alone in it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I gathered myself back up. I started working, gaining money, and trying to just elevate my mindset. You know what I'm talking about? But even still to this day, I'm not going to say I'm not grieving. It just, I think I found a solution to turn my pain into purpose. And I think that's why love is everything, understanding is a must. Yeah. And transparency needed is those fucking love. Because I knew I always been this person. Yeah. Right? But how can you say you're this and you're that if you never went through nothing in life? Like, I literally experienced hardships. Yeah. Rather if it's religion-based, faith-based, reality of life, betrayal, being dumbfounded, identity crisis. I've been through a lot, bro, to where, like, it's good. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Nothing could break you.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that, bro. I'm okay with the non-sayers. I'm okay with the judgment. I'm okay with everything, bro, because I've been through what a lot of people haven't.
I think right now, what I want you to explain is, like, I want you to, like, kind of like go deeper, because the thing is, like, people know Willem for Willem. Like explain more in detail as far as far as we could be of a help to people. Have, like, when pain hits you and you were at your lowest. When you were at your lowest, where were you? Where were you living? How long were you living?
Okay.
How long were you living there?
Okay, I got you.
Like, you know what I mean?
So, come on. Yeah, at my lowest, bro. At my lowest, I was sleeping in my car for a whole year.
No one knew that.
But you would never be able to tell.
The way he looks and the way he dresses, you would never know.
You would never know.
Like, you wouldn't.
But I was homeless for a whole year in my car. Like, right before my grandma died and a year after my grandma died. Like, you know? Damn. Yeah, I was in the trenches. But I'm not going to say I didn't have help.
Come on.
I'm going to say I rejected the help.
Right. You're on your journey.
Because
you're on your long journey.
I was, you know what I'm talking about? Because like, bro, because it's like, it'd be a lot of foo stuff around, right? You like, and I just don't want anybody helping me. God, if anybody can help me, I know you can. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, fact.
I'm talking about when you in them type of predicaments, bro.
I know what you mean, bro.
You can't just lean on somebody because they say you got an open door. I'm cool. I got a car. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if I was outside, I probably would have got, you know what I'm talking about? But I was in a whip. So, but no, I was homeless for a year. I was still working. I was still getting money, but you would never be able to tell. But I felt like that's a principle, though. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't show that because you're in that.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like, but people knew. You know what I'm talking about? Like
did
my family knew. No, it didn't. Because you're
on your journey. That's why.
Yeah, I knew I was on my journey, and then I knew that like what I was going through, people haven't experienced.
But you were like that person that went out there that people have not even gone through like that.
Yeah, I just feel like I said, fuck it. Well, I got to be the example.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. You know, like, but I'm talking about the example of just like my people know, bro. Like,
how that shape you though in the midst of that, like in the midst of you being there, like what helped you get through that? That's what I don't know.
Okay,
who?
God and family, for sure. God and family. It wasn't, man. It was God and family, bro. It was really God. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't even family, bro. It wasn't even family. It wasn't family. It wasn't friends. It was God, bro. Because like, God didn't allow me to do the things that I wanted to do to get off this earth. So I had no choice but to go up. Bro, I'm trying to get out of earth. And you're gonna do something to make me not get out of earth? No, I'm saying though.
I know what you mean, bro.
So it's like then you have to, it's either second attempt or no. Let's go up.
Yeah.
And then that was in 2022. Right? So we 3 years later. And so I see now, it's still a process, but I see the build up, right? And then I'm not afraid anymore, bro. I'm not afraid anymore because I know that I'm an example. You know, it's a wise woman once told me that it's either you follow the example or you become one.
Ooh.
So I know I'm the example for my generation, but I don't care though, because before you tell somebody else about what Willem doing, I'm gonna tell the world first. The only person I got to up on me is God.
Hey,
I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. The only person I got to up on me is God, bro. For real. And that sounded hella arrogant, but that's just the truth.
No, sometimes the arrogance have to be said for those that be talking bullshit about it. Like to me, like at the end of the day, it's like you be you, and ain't nobody gonna stop me from speaking what I believe with it when I know within myself. You know what I mean? Like, cause a lot of people like, oh man, they thinking that like, nah, bro. Like ever since I known you, like you always been like
cool with it.
Because you always been a speaker and you always been confident.
But the cool thing about it is that like you're gonna meet people throughout your poverty moment in life to your success moment in life that's gonna be able to be like, oh, he was capping, he was real.
Yeah, yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Because the spirit knows, bro. So like, and I think that's something that my granny taught me and what God taught me, that like, be authentic to you, because the spirit gonna recognize the spirit, bro. And that's why I don't be tripping off, bro. I don't be tripping off nothing, bro. Because a lot of people that know me just know I'm a pure individual.
Yeah.
Rather if I was doing stupid stuff or rather if I was playing hoop.
Yeah.
They realize that like, oh, bro is pure.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's kind of like why I kind of wanted to have this today, like this podcast, is just because a lot of things is what we don't know as like people, as individuals. Like we have an assumption of an individual according to the experience that we had with them. So we only know Willem according to certain experiences, certain things. Bro, this bro is an author. He's a poet. He got 3 books. Well, but guess what? He never like Will. Just like, bro, let me like the thing is about Will. He don't like this. He don't like it ain't even glazing. It's speaking the truth and honesty about things. But he's a 3-time author. He's a poet.
Yeah.
This person has his own podcast. And even with that, he works out, still encouraging people with his life, not giving a, like I always said, excuse my language, not giving a fuck what people think. But the thing is, like, he goes out there and he really has a heart for people and everything. And that's why a lot of people will see certain things and look at it how they want. But he says what he means, and he means what he says. And I'm telling you this, there's a lot of things that he says what he means, and I don't agree with it, but the confidence forces me, like, bruh, it gives you a different outspec of life. And then, I might have said it wrong, but anyways, like, the thing is, like, that's just who he is as a person. But today, like, that's what I want to do is, like, draw out, like, who is Willem? Because the thing is, like, all he does is for people. But the thing is, what I wanted to, like, bring is, like, bro, like, you always giving to people and all this. And every time I tell him this, like, bro, you giving to people and all this, like, bro, like, he's like, I don't care. I don't give a But he's all about people. And that just shows me the heart that he has. Because as much as he is about people, in private, he works his fucking hardest to be the better him that he could be for y'all. Also for himself. But that's really what it is. Like, he's a pure individual. I met Will at work. We went to work, right?
Tell the story, bro.
And the thing is, we were working at this job and everything. He was telling me what he was doing. He was like, he didn't tell me everything. He's like, oh yeah, like, I'd be like, hey, could you make a flyer for me and everything? Give me the information. I got you, bro. The next day, I'm coming up to go clock in. He's sitting there on his break on the bench on the phone, and to me, I'm mad because I'm like, I like, me, I'm like, bro, like, who's this person? If I have your full name, I'll find out who you are. But at the end of the day, it's like, I turn around and I found out who he was, and I'm like, this bro has been holding back. You already had these book clubs. You turn around and had these signings. You had this, but so pure, like, oh no, it's cool. Like, but I didn't like that. I was like, bro, you too, like, bro, like, I didn't like that because it's like, what, like, bro, you too humble, my nigga. Like, what? So the thing is, like, this. I walk up to him.
He said I'm too humble. What?
Yeah, but he didn't tell me about anything.
He said I'm too humble,
bro. But I had to find out about him. I had to go do my research, and when I found out, guess what? The next day, I walk into work. I'm like, bro, you didn't even tell me anything. He's on the phone. I didn't care who he was. I'm like, bro, you didn't tell me anything. I'm like, wait, what? I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send you that, and everything. I already got it done. He's like, what are you talking about? But the thing is, check this out. I was going through a lot in my life, a lot of situations, but he didn't know the healing that it was doing for me. But check this out. I didn't even know the fucking healing that it was doing for him. At the end of the day, I did not know. Yeah. And so while I turned around, I'm going to get this for you. I got you. Tomorrow, I got it. And I walked in. But to me, when I walked in to go clock in my spirit, I'm like, this motherfucker didn't even receive anything I said because the way his facial structure was, everything. But then when I learned Willem, I'm like, this nigga feel it. He just don't show it.
No,
and certain things. He's like, yeah. No, nigga. No, let me talk, bro. But the thing is, it's a hard thing for a person to receive a lot of accolades of certain things if you haven't received it like that in like a bunch like that. But to me, I came like throwing shit like, bro, you this.
That's true. But that's true. That's true. But it's not. Listen, y'all. That's true. But it's not true. Let me tell you guys.
Tell your story, bro.
No. The story that he said was right. Met at work. Humble nigga. I found out that, like, I said, oh, bro. I said, we started talking about, like, what I was doing. I said, bro, what? No. I said, what do you do? He said, what he used to do. He said that him and his wife used to be pastors and they did a lot for the community. And so then in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, he's a believer of Christ. Like, he knows principles, right? That was my first suggestion. Like, it wasn't like Christ Christian. It was like he has some type of foundation of biblical principles. And that meant a lot to me because that's how I rock. Right? So then it rolled into to where we're at now. But what I want to say is this, though. Like, I pride on myself
A lot.
of not being shown, bro.
I know.
Because let me tell you why though, bro. The stars don't gotta show itself when it's dark. It's just a star. No, hear me out though. And I know this sounds kind of crazy, but it's the truth.
That's dope.
When you know who you are, it's that like
automatically you're gonna shine.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you.
That's
but it's the pureness of it.
Yeah.
When you went, bro.
I mean, you think I understood that at that time, bro?
Peep this though.
I did it, bro.
Hey, peep this though. Peep this though.
Nigga was cool, calm, and collected, bro.
Peep this though. Peep this though. No, real talk. Peep this though. When the sun is out, right? Do we see stars?
No.
But when the sun goes down, we see a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
It's because of a lot of factors, but the two factors is that like a star can shine and a light can shine where it's already light in. Yeah.
Facts.
So in our darkest times in our life, bro, a light gonna show up. But the light has to know who the light is. For me personally, bro, I can honestly say I know that. I know that, bro. That's why I want to be tripped, bro. I'm listen, y'all. I'm cool, calm, and collecting on a lot of stuff, bro.
He is.
You know, I could get rowdy, I could get hyphy. We can, but I'm on a course of.
He's on a course of being great and everything, but then I'll check this out. The thing is, check this out. I'm just saying, like, when you come with some realness of accolades, when you come with some love and everything, I understand it's hard to receive those things because you don't want to be taught. That's what I recognize within him. When I started telling him certain things, guess what he said? That's not me, that's God. What do you think about that? That's a fucking servant who knows what he wants, who stands by the principles of whatever. And so when he turned around, he's like, oh man, bro, that's all God. But it took me a while to recognize what he was saying because, like, to me, I'm like, come on, bro. But I understood it's the God in him.
Yeah, it's not honest, it's in it.
But at the end of the day, it's like all I want to say is like I appreciate like this man, and I had to share that because since we came together as a unit or whatever, we just worked this thing. But then every day is a learning
from the mud
from him because the thing is like this: the more and more we spend time and we work and we operate and we do things like that and we like do God-given things that come to us, like it manifests. It manifests. But to me, it's like, bro, like I'm like the type of person that's like, I love like accolades. I love to shed that on people. But then the thing is like, when I bring it on him, he's just like me. Because when I give it to him like that, he turns like, no.
Pause, nigga.
But the thing is, he always gives honor to where honor is due. Exactly. God first, thank you. God first, and then thank you. Like, I appreciate that. That's what I mean. It's like, and I looked at him like, man, he's a great person. So like throughout this podcast, that's all I really want.
I'm not a great person, I'm a pure person, bro.
Yeah.
Just know that.
But it's not on him, it's in him.
Yeah, definitely.
And so the thing is, like, in this podcast, I just want to let y'all know, like, kind of understand Willem and certain things of what we're growing
through. And I hope you guys did, bro.
Yeah. And all I want to say is, like, this is the last thing is, like, small little question, just give a little increment is, like, what does 2026 have, like, for us?
Let me tell y'all this right. 2026, this is what 2026 has. It has more content of Season of Garden. It has more content of What Do You Have in Your Garden podcast. And most definitely, it has more of Love is Understanding. Understanding is a must because transparency is needed for those that need love. And let me tell y'all this, though, before we cut off. Every pillar is meant to make something stand.
Facts.
And that's just what we are, a pillar. But grow yourself. You feel me? Welcome to the garden. Well, what you got to say?
All I got to say is, man, I love y'all, bro. And all I got to say is wait for 2026 because guess what?
2026!
That shit about to be lit. I promise you.
Lit, dog!
Love y'all, bro. Yeah!